Good morning, I'm Alex King.
And I'm Nathan Edwards. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The Dayton Zombie Bar Crawl is back in downtown Dayton. Beer. That's how I'm feeling. Starts this Saturday at 5, and then they have a silent disco at the Yellow Cab Tavern at 8 o'clock.
That's so fun. Have you ever done a silent disco?
No, it's funny to watch the videos of people doing silent disco because it's just like
I did it for
partying,
the
there's no
first
sound.
time a couple weeks ago, and it was so fun. We danced for like 2 hours.
You know they're going to be playing all like the Halloween hits.
Yeah,
like
that is
Thriller, Ghostbusters,
Love it.
Toxic, Britney Spears.
It's gonna be a good time. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
All right, get ready for Pumpkin Fall Fest this weekend at Austin Landing. You can enjoy all your fall favorites: pumpkin goodies, chili, and warm apple cider.
We've been just killing through apple cider in the Edwards household.
Oh, really?
Chili though sounds bomb.com.
Yeah.
I think I need some chili this weekend.
That sounds great.
I haven't had chili yet.
I haven't either.
I know.
All right, guess we're both making chili this weekend.
And Sunwatch Park is now making its own honey from the bees kept in the village. You could buy some now at Sunwatch's gift shop. I feel like this is going to be an old man hobby for me when I get older. I'm going to keep bees.
Collecting bees and collecting honey.
Yeah, this is great though. I mean, local honey, isn't that supposed to be good for your allergies?
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
I don't know if it's true, but that's what people say.
I don't know. I'm out here dishing out medical advice like Dr. Oz this morning. Anyways.
In the weeks before the election, hundreds of political ads will play across every TV in the Buckeye State.
But experts warn not to rely on them when you head to the polls. Milena Brown joins us live now with more. Milena.
Many of you have probably seen political ads either on TV or online that lead up to the next month's election. These ads claim to where they stand on certain different ballot issues, but experts tell me this isn't necessarily, they don't necessarily have to be factual. I spoke with a professor of law from Cedarville University. Mark Clausen tells me ads on proposed constitutional amendments include a lot of opinion, not necessarily facts. That's because each side wants you to vote a specific way. He tells me it's not against a specific way. He tells me it's not against
points in their last 2 games. Entering Week 9, the Red Devils are focused on making another long run in the Division III playoffs. Stebbins is also pushing for the playoffs, but in Division II, a win tonight would go a long way in trying to reach the postseason. The Indians are tied with Sydney for the lead in the Valley Division. After falling to Troy last week, Stebbins hopes to get over 500 as they enter the last week of the regular season. TNL kicks off tonight at 7 on MyTV Dayton. That's over the air channel 22.3 and Spectrum channel 24. It's also on our Facebook page. Later on this morning, Tage will be live from Stebbins High School to preview tonight's matchup.
Our time right now, 5:09. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
I'm Dee Dee Gatton in Washington. Coming up, the challenges to providing relief as the war between Israel and Hamas continues.
You're watching Your Day. Getting emergency food and supplies in the middle of a war zone is a monumental task.
But that is the challenge underway for humanitarian groups trying to help those in the middle of the war between Israel and Hamas.
For both civilians and emergency services personnel, it's a scramble to find a safe place to go. As you can imagine, I'm told much of the help is being offered under fire.
The mood here is sad, tense, and determined.
Director General of the Israel Office of the Jewish Federations of North America, Rebecca Caspi, spoke to us from her home office in a Jerusalem suburb. She recalls visiting a pregnant woman at a hospital who had been pulled out of the rubble in a home that had been shelled.
She had to wait for many hours until the army was able to clear a path to her. And then she had to be evacuated under fire with a member of the armed forces lying on top of her.
While Caspi says their emergency medical services personnel have taken casualties, Doctors Without Borders says there's not enough medical personnel to deal with those critically injured and dying in the Gaza Strip. Across the region, humanitarian groups are scrambling to help as people worldwide want to know how they can help.
You really need to go to established organizations that have the structure, have the know-how to be there and get the job done.
Though popular, the Better Business Bureau's Tom Bartholomew says crowdsourcing on social media isn't the place to make this kind of donation.
This is going to take a long time, and we need you there standing shoulder to shoulder with Israel.
Many people in the U.S. want to help. On the Better Business Bureau's Give.org, you can find charities that have been vetted and verified. We'll post a link for you on our website, thenationaldesk.com. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Dee Gatton.
Good morning. Here's what we're looking at right now over Dayton. A whole lot of nothing. We did have a heavy shower move over Miamisburg. It actually woke me up from a dead sleep. So it probably poured for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes, something in that ballpark. And I couldn't even tell you what time, to be honest with you, because I woke up, rolled over, went, oh, it's raining, felt my dog shake in bed and went, well, that's fun, and then went right back to sleep. Upper 40s in Middletown and Xenia, 57 in Dayton right now, on our way to 77. So we are talking about a really mild, dare I say, warm day for this time of year, considering we are going to be running about 8 degrees above average. And that even includes the overnight, where we'll be around 50. So it's not just the fact that it's warmer during the daytime. It's going to be warmer than average, although not by a whole lot during the overnights as well. But that all ends on Friday night. Cold front comes through. Cold front does what cold front does and knocks down temperature and actually makes for a rather chilly couple of days upcoming Sunday and a Monday in particular. I am thinking that not only will we cool, but there'll be a couple showers in the area. And one of our producers asked me the question, and I thought it was a good one, is, you know, what about Saturday? Is it an all-day shower event? I just don't think it's going to be one of those. But what I think is we wake up to lingering rain, maybe get a break, and then another line of showers somewhere around the evening hours. Meanwhile, there could be a couple wet spots on the roads this morning. But for right now, things seem to be moving pretty smoothly thus far.
Our time right now is 5:17. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. A special someone is waking up with some serious cash. Just ahead, the winning numbers from last night's Powerball.
You're watching Your Day.
Today we're discussing one of the most important parts of your home. Well, it's not the most glamorous. If it's not taken care of, your home could have major damage. Any guesses? We're talking roofs, and most importantly, signs that it might be time to replace yours. To start, you're going to want to do an interior check by going up in the attic with a flashlight to look for stains, streaks, and beams of light. I'd also look for water damage in areas that might be sagging. Seeing issues on the interior can help locate the problem on the outside. Next, on the exterior, keep an eye on the shingles, look for patches with cracks, buckling, or damage. While these are just initial indicators, there are many other signs to look out for. Need a hand? We have pros here to help.
At Expert Roofing, we can spot a leak a mile away, but we'd rather do it up on your roof. With a free roof assessment from Expert Roofing, we can identify trouble areas and pinpoint any leaks. So contact Expert Roofing for a free roof assessment.
Time for Pet of the Day here on your day, and fortunately my graphic didn't decide to switch over. Let's go ahead and there we go. All right, today's pet is Lucy. Lucy sent in by Ashley, so big thank you to Ashley for sending in your pet and all the other viewers who do that as well. Today, a whole lot of sunshine, especially second half day. Still think we could have a couple of clouds lingering during the morning, but look at temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. And I mentioned this on Facebook, but I think I may actually have to yank the pool out for one last go around with Valkyrie, because it's frankly going to be a really, really nice day to get out there with the pets, maybe get them to sit in the shade and just chill out, because frankly, and mid to upper 70s this time of year, not unheard of, but 8 degrees above average. And considering the last few days, well, it's going to feel really nice. But after tomorrow, forget about mid to upper 70s. We're going to be back down in the mid to upper 50s at points during the weekend and into early next week. On the roads this morning, boy, it's quiet so far. Haven't seen any tie-ups or concern in traffic. Generally speaking, pretty light right as of now.
You're looking at Powerball.com. At the top of the screen, we have a winner. It reads Ticket in California wins $1.7 billion. California always wins these things. The winning numbers on the left, 22, 24, 40, 52, it's 64, and then the Powerball number 10. The single winning ticket matched all 6 numbers and was sold in Frazier Park, California. Last night's drawing was the second largest jackpot in U.S. history. The ticket was sold here at the Midway Market in Liquor. The lucky winner will have the option of a cash payout with $774 million, or a one-time payment followed by 29 yearly payments. So it'll increase by 5% each year. Also, 7 lucky ticket holders in 5 states matched all 5 white balls to win $1 million. It took the Powerball 36 drawings since July 19th for someone to win the jackpot.
Debt stress is real and pervasive, leaving many feeling like they're drowning in debt and depressed. 77% of American households are dealing with some form of debt. A new survey by Forbes Advisor found debt puts a strain on relationships, negatively impacts sleep, and leads to mental health issues sometimes. Well, Walmart will expand online primary care benefits as part of its employee health insurance plan. As part of this expansion, which kicks off this week, employees can access virtual care options, including digestive health and physical therapy, as well as a few diagnostic tests at home starting early next year. And in the U.S., someone has a heart attack approximately every 40 seconds. And a new survey from the American Heart Association with the Harris poll found 75% of people surveyed who have had a heart attack or stroke reported having high levels of cholesterol, yet more than half are not prioritizing lowering it. Now, the doctor with the American Heart Association says the first step is getting a blood pressure medication because that will lower blood pressure the quickest.
So critically important to have a conversation with your doc. And if it was my sister or my brother, I would say get on that medication and bring your LDL cholesterol lower.
After the blood pressure readings are lower, then it's time for lifestyle changes, and that includes diet and exercise. Well, from the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
Lost for 100 years, an amazing discovery in Michigan as a World War I era steel freighter that went down in 1923 has been found. This video is from the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society. In the early 1920s, it was empty and sailing in heavy fog and smoke from the forest fires. It collided with another freighter twice its size. It's long been known the ship sank, but the wreckage wasn't found until August in 800-foot deep water. The wreck is only a few miles from the Edmund Fitzgerald, which sank in 1975 and was immortalized in song by Canadian singer-songwriter Gordon Lightfoot.
That's kind of interesting. It's fascinating to me how many shipwrecks there are just still kind of hanging out under the water in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, can you imagine all the treasure on there?
There ain't no treasure on there. These are fishing boats.
Yeah.
I wish.
There's
Some?
just, yeah, I mean, there could be some. I mean, you know, there's probably a guy with the wallet and 20 bucks in it, which, you know, could probably buy you a ton of money, you know, but I do like the fact that you're right. There's so many shipwrecks. You know, look at the Bermuda Triangle back in the day, how many shipwrecks and planes just, you know, basically got lost in that area.
Well, it's way easier to go up to Lake Superior than it is to the Bermuda Triangle. Probably safer too, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Our time right now is 5:26, still to come.
What you should know before heading out to the polls to vote is coming up next.
A community still looking for answers. Just ahead, Lydia Weiss has an update from West Milton on last night's school board meeting.
You're watching Your Day. Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 stories to get your day started. Taylor Swift is adding showtimes for her Eras Tour concert movie. You can now watch the film starting today, a day earlier than scheduled. There will even be more showtimes over the weekend. Tickets go on sale at 10 this morning.
You know this movie's going to be huge, right?
Oh.
You know.
It's going to be insane.
But you know what? I saw the trailer. It looks pretty sweet.
Does it?
They did like a really good job and filming it and making it feel like an immersive experience.
I'll wait till I can watch it at home.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that these days too. Just in time for the holidays, Popeye's bringing back its Cajun-style turkey dinner. It comes pre-cooked and feeds 8 to 12 people. The bird costs $99 and you have it delivered. Sides are not included. It's a little expensive for turkey.
Yeah, it looks good
$100
though.
bucks. You can just
I
buy
love
some
me some Cajun.
just buy some Cajun seasoning and sprinkle it on there. you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
I mean, though, you know, some people don't want to cook on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I get that though too.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
NASA says it found more carbon than expected in an abundance of water in a 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid sample. The agency says this could mean the building blocks for life on Earth might be locked in these rocks.
I don't know. I'm not convinced there is life on other planets.
I don't know.
Or sustainability. Well, why are we trying to run?
At least not in our galaxy.
You know, it's like we just give up on our own planet. Where it's like, ah, well, we're screwed. Let's go to another.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There probably ain't one for us. So.
We'll destroy that one too.
Yeah, no
So.
kidding. Cheers. Milton Union parents left out in the cold last night during the school board meeting. They want answers after a lawsuit claims the district did nothing to stop alleged sexual abuse at the school.
Lydia Weiss was at last night's meeting and spoke with people who say they don't trust the board.
We invited him to executive session.
We've already discussed that.
I
said the
names.
Tempers flaring at tonight's Milton Union School Board meeting after members decided to go into executive session almost immediately.
I can't hear what you're saying.
And the
Do
board,
you mind standing up so I can hear you?
I'm fine sitting down. Thank you, Mr. Landis. This is a properly called special meeting of the Board of Education. There is no legal requirement that there be an agenda.
And now, community members left outraged after how one older community member was spoken to.
I think the first thing that they need to do to regain the trust of the community is speak respectfully to the community when we are interacting with them. I was pretty appalled by the way that the lawyer spoke to us.
Parents are also upset that yet another night has passed without any answers on Superintendent Brad Ritchie's state of employment. This coming just days after a lawsuit was filed against the district and Ritchie, accusing him of not reporting suspected sexual abuse.
Whether there was any evidence, whether there was any proof, you don't need it. All you need is a sliver of suspicion. That's all you need as a mandated reporter, and then it's your duty to make sure that you're taking care of these kids.
This is body cam video of former custodian Jerry North being arrested in May on rape charges. Police say he raped a 7-year-old child on school property. The child's parents say they expressed concerns about North to school officials and Superintendent Ritchie, but it was never reported to authorities or investigated. While the public wasn't able to speak to the board yet again tonight, they may have that chance on Monday.
I think that the most important thing for parents who are part of this community right now to know is that there is a Board of Education meeting on Monday, that we will be given an opportunity to speak, that we will be given an opportunity to be given a voice.
After the meeting, we asked Superintendent Brad Ritchie if he had anything to say to the public. He says he cannot comment due to pending litigation.
Today, we're set to learn how effective seat belts are in school buses. The superintendent for Avon Lake City School is testifying in front of the Ohio School Board Bus Safety Working Group. Now, Joelle Magwar is presenting the results for this district's pilot program on seat belts in buses. Governor Mike DeWine started the task force after a fatal school bus crash in Clark County. That meeting set to start at 1.
We're getting a new look at construction at Fairborn High School. Fairborn City Schools shared these images online. It's part of a $90 million project. Students will get a 200,000 square foot main building, an 1,100 seat performing arts center, and a 4,000 seat stadium. Construction is scheduled to wrap in May.
Good morning. If you are putting the kids on the bus, it's a much warmer start. Don't forget, yesterday we had some temperatures that were down around freezing. Today we're going to have temperatures well in the 50s. So again, vastly different air mass in place, not only for this morning, but throughout much of the daytime. And worth pointing out, if you're going to tonight's Thursday Night Lights game, we are going to get temperatures into the 70s by 6 p.m. So it's going to be a warm one, but it will start to get a little bit cooler as we get second half day. Just a reminder, so you can find us on the old Facebook there. I've posted your weather forecast, got the Your Day Extra podcast tomorrow, and usually we do the interviews and any type of fun segments, including our pets that come into the studio. Meanwhile, for the morning commute, it is a quiet one thus far. Haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns at this hour.
In the weeks before the election, hundreds of political ads will play across every TV in the Buckeye State.
But experts warn not to rely on them when you head to the polls. Melina Brown joins us live at the Montgomery County Board of Elections this morning with more. Melina.
Chances are you're going to be seeing a lot more ads now that absentee and early voting is underway, but sometimes these ads could lead to more confusion for some voters. Experts tell me these ads can be extremely misleading because they contain opinions. Those funding the ads want to send a message to make you vote a specific way. Of course, you can go online and read the official language before filling out your ballot, but there are other resources to help you better understand what you're voting for.
I would also go to organizations that are specifically out there to help you understand the ballot measures without being biased one way or the other.
Mark Clausen with Cedarville University says there are nonpartisan organizations you can reach out to. That includes the League of Women Voters. The group is hosting several Meet the Candidate forums, including one tonight at the Wright Memorial Public Library. And again, Election Day is November 7th. This is just a few weeks away. So if you're still wanting to learn more about the proposed constitutional amendment or the candidates, you can go to our website, Dayton247now.com, for ballot information. Back to you.
A man who killed a woman on Mother's Day in 2022 is now waiting to learn his fate. Now, a judge convicted Jamar Hayes on several charges, including murder, Prosecutors say he shot and killed Shauna Cameron while driving on US 35 last year. A judge will sentence the 26-year-old November 1st.
This man is waking up in the Montgomery County Jail this morning. Prosecutors charged Chaz Owens in connection to a deadly shooting. Investigators say the 19-year-old shot and killed a man on West 1st Street in Dayton back in September. He's now behind bars on a $1 million bond. Owens is set to be back in court on Tuesday.
Wright Field is celebrating a major milestone today. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base celebrating its 96th anniversary. Now, the base's celebration is happening at Wright Pat Club starting at 4:30 today. It'll include a Wright B replica flyer, and a historian will also share some of the base's history. Should be cool.
Yeah, interesting. Our time right now is 5:37. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Trick or treat, Halloween fast approaching today and stretching your dollar. Elise Coulter has some tips on how you can save for the holiday.
No socks and chalk Crocs. Admit the fancy footwear are perfect for Halloween and where you can find these in time for the holiday.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. Here's what we're looking at in Dayton right for now. Going to be a much more quiet day than we saw over the last few. Much more warm day. And I know the last few have been relatively quiet, but we are talking about a day full of sunshine, especially once you get past the morning. And then from there, it's mid to upper 70s. So we are talking about very much so mild conditions, but it's only going to be today and tomorrow that we're going to see this. We are going to see some cooler weather move in over the weekend. This is a cold front swings its way through. So the main takeaway today is if you have anything you want to do outside and you want to maybe get one last day of shorts and t-shirt weather, I think this is about it, to be honest with you, because frankly, after today and tomorrow, it turns sharply colder. And looking at some of the longer term models, I just don't see it warming up anytime soon.
Trick or treat, we're just a little more than 2 weeks away from Halloween.
Elise Coulter breaks down some of the ways you can save.
It might be spooky season, but that doesn't mean you have to be scared of what you're going to spend on Halloween candy or costumes. So here are some ways you can slash your spending but still celebrate Halloween to the fullest. First, let's get creative with the costumes, right? It's easy to spend $50 or more on a Halloween costume from the store, but instead of buying one off the rack, make your own. For example, give a nod to the throwback ghost costume by using that white sheet and cutting holes for eyes. Yeah, I know, very retro. And then pull out your brightest pink outfit and go for that Barbie theme. It's all the rage this season. And if you're making your own costume and it feels a little too overwhelming for you, then try costume swapping with a friend to change it up without having to spend money. And if you're on the hunt for affordable Halloween themed decorations, visit your local thrift store. You could score big and spend pennies on the dollar for things you'll still find in stores. Also compare prices of Halloween candy at different stores. Chocolate candy, well, it always seems to be the priciest, and grocery stores and convenience stores also cost more. Check your local dollar store. Finally, shop last minute. Waiting to decorate your haunting halls until the last second could actually end up saving you a few extra bucks. Guys, back to you.
We want to know how you're stretching your dollar, so grab your phone and scan the QR code.
Chime the picture or video and share your money-saving tips. You may see them featured right here on Your Day.
Our time right now is 5:43. The Buckeyes trying to stay perfect on the road. In minutes, Matt Dibby previews this weekend's matchup at Purdue.
You're watching
The Social Security Administration will announce the 2024 cost of living adjustment today.
Dee Gann joins us now with a look at how the adjustments are and what they're determined and how you can expect them. Dee.
The program pays roughly $1.4 trillion in benefits to more than 71 million people each year. That includes low-income individuals with disabilities. The Social Security cost of living increase is calculated according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index. There are calls to use an index that measures price changes based on the spending habits of the elderly. Coming into this year, recipients got a high cost of living adjustment and 8.7% increase. With consumer prices easing, analysts expect a lower adjustment this time around.
It's expected that we'll get something a little north of 3% in the annual increase. And that also makes sense because we're talking about inflation, which has not yet fallen to the Federal Reserve's 2% target.
For the bulk of these recipients, this boost will take effect beginning in January. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Dee Gatton.
Good morning. Here's what we're looking at for right now. Actually, this is as of 4 a.m. There we go. As we put everything in motion, we do have some showers now moving into the greater Salina and Wapakoneta area. As we expected, there was likely to be at least a couple lingering showers early on this morning across the northern half of our area. Southern half should be a lot more quiet. Did actually get a thunderstorm, though, across portions of Butler County and maybe even Preble County. That faded out before it got into the southern part of Montgomery County. And that was actually the one that I think woke up my dog and woke up me with some, I would dare even say, torrential rain for maybe a minute or two. Now, that being said, other than the northern part of our area, I really don't expect much in the way of any type of rain or frankly, clouds. I think it's going to be pretty quiet. Temperatures mid to upper 70s today. Getting into tonight, we'll drop down to around 50, so not particularly that cold for this time of year. In fact, technically above average. Meanwhile, tomorrow night into Saturday, periods of steady rain are going to be possible. And then from there, it's going to become showers. So while Saturday, I do have showers in the forecast, we're pointing out there will likely be some periods where it does stay a little bit drier, but it's going to be significantly cooler as well. Cooler all the way through next week as temperatures drop down into the 50s. And that's not overnight lows. That is daytime highs. On the roads this morning, other than those aforementioned showers across the north, I don't see any weather affecting your morning commute. I think it's going to be a fairly quiet one here across the Dayton area.
Trick or Treat Trivia starts Monday. You have a chance to win a $100 Visa gift card each day or be a $5,000 weekly winner. Just watch your day and look for the QR code to enter and win. For a complete list of contest rules, head over to Dayton247now.com.
Good morning. I'm Matt Digby with a look at sports. Ohio State football overcoming another slow start, this time against Maryland to move to 5-0. Now the Buckeyes go back to the state of Indiana for a third time this season, and this weekend's trip could be regarded as a trap game. First, the fact that it's a week before the highly anticipated showdown against Penn State. But also this Saturday's game is at Purdue, a place that has seen some notable results over the years, just not always Buckeye wins. Last time Ohio State traveled to West Lafayette was the 49-20 Boilermaker win back in 2018 that ultimately kept OSU out of the playoff that year. And the Buckeyes do lead the all-time series by a wide margin, and Purdue has struggled this year under first-year head coach Ryan Walters. Kickoff Saturday is noon at Ross-Ade Stadium. Cincinnati Bengals picked up a weekly honor for the first time this season. Wide receiver Jamar Chase named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week after his performance at Arizona. Chase set a Bengals single-game record with 15 receptions, 3 of them for touchdowns as the Bengals beat the Cardinals. He's just the 5th player in NFL history to register 15 catches, 150 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns all in the same game. Cincinnati is back at Paycor Stadium on Sunday. They'll host the Seahawks with a chance to get back to 500. That's a look at sports. I'm Matt Digby.
Our time right now is 5:50. Pumpkin spice season and the famous flavor celebrating a birthday just ahead to PSL Fit, turning heads and the other birthday gifts for Coffee Giant.
You're watching Your Day.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio. Kind of an interesting one here because temperatures are at least 10 degrees warmer, some cases 15 degrees warmer than yesterday. Now, it's worth pointing out that I can't really see. Nope, there are stars out, so I'm going to assume here in Dayton it has cleared out. But earlier on this morning, it was cloudy, and because of that, because of also the rain that moved in, as well as a warmer air mass, we are significantly, and I do mean significantly warmer than this time 24 hours ago. All of us are in the 50s, but there could be a couple spots that, as we do get those clearer skies, do drop down a few degrees. Dayton itself, I would not be shocked in the least, but if it does drop another 4 or 5 degrees, just based on the fact that we were already a little bit cooler at about 4 a.m. Now, that being said, we do expect things to warm up today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, all intents and purposes. It's going to be a mild day. We do expect things to turn much cooler, though, as we get into the weekend.
Looking live over Cincinnati this morning, where a big weight has been lifted off a local veteran's shoulders thanks to the help of a few Bengals players. Earlier this week, part of the team spent time building a wheelchair ramp for a veteran in need.
Morella Porter highlights the project that brought smiles to the face of an Army veteran, James Angel, and the Bengals players involved.
Putting the pieces together. Bengals players aren't just building a ramp. They're giving James Angel part of his independence back.
When I left the nursing rehab facility, the only thing I was worried about is getting up those 3 steps.
The 58-year-old Army veteran uses a wheelchair because of wounds on his feet. He relies heavily on his son and wife to get in and out of the house.
I can't plan nothing without him coming over to help me down those steps before. But now that I got the ramp, she can just help me down the ramp. So it's going to be huge, game changer.
It was emotional for Angel.
Somebody taking care of you just because you were a veteran, that makes me kind of choke me up, though, for real.
Getting a front row seat, watching players from his hometown team taking the time to lend their hand and make a difference in his life. It was special for the team, too.
You know, we can be able to be a service to somebody and be able to provide, you know, a ramp for them to be able to get in and out of their home. It's touching to me because my grandfather, he was in a wheelchair at one point, so I know, you know, how it can be. Being able to transport and move around and stuff, so it's tough.
Any chance we get to give back and to pour into them, we definitely want to, especially with Salute the Service going on right now. Trying to make an emphasis about giving back to veterans and showing a lot of support to what they've done and given to us for our freedom. So yeah, this is a once in a lifetime thing for us to do.
Angel says he is grateful for all of the people who came together to make this moment possible.
Halloween right around the corner, and now some fancy footwear for trick-or-treat. Crocs has unveiled a new candy collaboration. The casual shoe company has teamed up with Hershey's for a pair of clogs based on the Reese's peanut butter and the classic Hershey's chocolate bar. Look at those things. The Reese's version is a vibrant orange, while the Hershey's version is a solid brown. They are available online at either crocs.com or footlocker.com, but you better act fast because they are limited edition. The Reese's clog will cost you $55, while the Hershey's clogs are $65.
Well, if you want some more ugly clothes, behind me, stories.starbucks.com. The coffee giant celebrating a birthday. The pumpkin spice latte turning 20 years old, and the party starts with varsity jackets, temporary tattoos, and a 2003 playlist. Check this out. To mark the occasion, Starbucks collaborated with the Brooklyn-based artist and designer for the PSL varsity jacket. This is so dumb.
Honestly cool.
No, it's not. The coffee chain giant also gave out sheets of birthday temporary tattoos with the purchase of a pumpkin spice latte. Starbucks has also put together a playlist of 2003 classics like Beyonce and Jay-Z's Crazy in Love and Justin Timberlake's Crimea River. 20 years old on those songs. My God. Well, guys, I would much rather wear that than those ugly Crocs.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
I take that jacket. It looks pretty cool.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'll go the ugly Crocs. You know what? It's one of those that my hate for PSLs maybe just unmatched by, you know, Crocs. Like, look, you can wear black Crocs. All you got to do is scrape off the Hershey's logo, and they're just black Crocs.
They're brown.
So, like, you wear blue jeans with them. That's fine. Just don't wear black pants.
We know we'll be seeing you in at Walmart.
Black and brown can go together now.
What?
You can make those work now.
Uh,
I do it all the time.
Oh, well, you're much more fashionable than us, Alex, okay? We got a lot more coming up on your day at 6 a.m.
You'll be seeing a lot of political ads over the next few weeks before the election. We have what you need to know about them coming up next.
Our time right now is 5:57. You're watching Your Day. Good morning, I'm Alex King.
And I'm Nathan Edwards. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The Dayton Zombie Bar Crawl is back in downtown Dayton. It's happening Saturday at 5. The Silent Disco is going to be at the Yellow Cab Tavern at 8 o'clock. Yes.
We are in just the prime spooky season events, and I'm loving it.
Can you do zombie?
I don't know.
Come on, you got brains. Can you do that? Alex, just do it. Commit, go.
No.
She's like, no.
Get ready for Pumpkin Fall Fest this weekend at Austin Landing. Enjoy all your fall favorites: pumpkin goodies, chili, and warm apple cider.
I love all of this stuff.
Yes, chocolate-covered pretzels.
Sign me
chilies,
up.
And we need all the fall things.
Yes. I'm thinking about making a meatloaf. That's just like screams from all.
I made my tortilla soup yesterday.
There we go.
It's so good.
We're in the season.
Yes.
Sunwatch Indian Village is now making their own honey from bees kept in the village. You can now buy some at Sunwatch's gift shop. This is a great idea.
So cool.
You know, I think beekeeping is so fascinating.
It is. I don't know if I personally would want to do it, but.
I mean, like, look, I'm into fishing now. I like foraging for mushrooms. I think this is my next frontier.
It is. It definitely is. You have enough space in the backyard. You could have a designated.
My wife hates bees, though.
Oh,
so
really?
That would
Well,
probably
just keep it far away from the house.
I'd say it's probably going to be a pass on that front.
Fair enough. In the weeks before the election, hundreds of political ads will play across every TV in the Buckeye State.
But experts warn not to rely on them when you head to the polls. Milena Brown joins us live now with more. Milena.
Many of you have probably seen ads on TV or online in the lead up to next month's election. These ads make claims about where they stand on certain ballot issues, but experts tell me these claims don't necessarily have to be factual. I spoke with a professor of law from Cedarville University. Mark Clausen tells me ads on proposed constitutional amendments include a lot of opinion. not necessarily facts. That's because each side wants you to vote a specific way. He tells me it's not against the law for a group to state their own opinion, and that can lead to misleading advertisements. So before you head to the polls, you should do your own research instead of relying on ads or what people tell you.
The very first thing they need to do is go to the ballot, read the language very carefully.
You can do that before heading to the polls. The Secretary of State's website has sample ballots so that you can go over the actual language of the text you're voting on. We have that information on our website, Dayton247now.com. And if you're still wanting to learn more, if you need a bigger explanation, we're going to have that coming up in just a bit. Back to you.
Make sure that in case you get sick, something happens on election day and you can't go vote. So this puts your vote in the bank. It's done.
Governor Mike DeWine is encouraging people to vote early ahead of November's general election. The governor and first lady cast their votes in Greene County yesterday. Early voting is underway until November 5th. You can also request an absentee ballot right now. To see your sample ballot or to learn where you can vote early, scan the QR code on your screen right now. It'll take you to our Dayton 24/7 app. You can also find it for free in your device's app store.
Temperatures are in the 50s and 40s this morning, so we have seen a couple slip a little bit below that 50 mark. As to be expected, we did get some clearer skies. Still think that we could see some clouds, especially across the northern part of our area. In fact, there are a couple of showers around that area. We'll show you them in just a little bit. But the main takeaway about today is warmer than yesterday and pretty warm overall, considering the average high is in the upper 60s for this time of year. Thursday night lights, not a bad forecast. Tomorrow we'll have some chances of showers during the second half of the nighttime hours. Meanwhile, just a reminder, we are on social media, so go there, check us out. On roads, it's quiet, just a little bit of your usual spots where congestion starts to pick up a little bit, mainly in the construction zones and as you're heading into downtown.
Right now, officials in Champaign County are looking for a missing man with dementia. This is Roger Sexton right here. The Champaign County Communications Center says he left his home Tuesday night and hasn't returned. He's got a small Maltese dog named Baby with him. People last saw the 76-year-old in Conover in the area of Kaiser Lake Road. Now, officials say he's 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighs 180 pounds, and has brown hair and green eyes. Now, Champaign County wants to be on the lookout for his car. Take a look at your screen right now. It's a 2009 black Chevy Cobalt. The Ohio license plate number is KBP 3745. If you see Sexton or the vehicle, call 911 right away.
Heading live over downtown Dayton this morning, police are now giving us an update on a crash that sent a recruit to the hospital. Dayton police released this statement here on Facebook. It says the driver and passenger of the truck that hit a cruiser on State Route 4 are now both in stable condition. Solomon Kisio is still in the hospital. Dayton police say a truck hit a police cruiser a week ago today. 3 recruits and 1 officer were in the middle of a speed enforcement training. Kisio fractured his skull and 3 ribs in the crash. The department says his brain scans are positive.
The owner of an animal rescue now facing animal cruelty charges. A grand jury just indicted Rhonda Murphy. Deputies seized almost 90 dogs from her property back in July. They say the animals were living in deplorable conditions. At least 30 of the animals were dead inside freezers.
Taking a live look this morning over the Troy traffic circle, one company is expanding its manufacturing facility in the city. The Clopay Corporation is spending nearly $30 million on the site. The plan is to buy new equipment and add about 100,000 square feet to the facility. The company says the new expansion will bring at least 54 new jobs. Clopay is the country's largest garage door manufacturer.
Just advised by counsel not to provide any kind of comment yet. Ongoing litigation, not a good idea. So again, per the advice of counsel, no comment at this time. Thank you.
Milton Union Superintendent Brad Ritchie giving us no comment on a lawsuit claiming the district did nothing to stop alleged sexual abuse at the school. Now, parents tell us they feel disrespected after not getting answers at last night's meeting. Lydia Bias was at that meeting where tensions were high.
There was definitely tension in the air during its Board of Education's special meeting as the board immediately went into executive session without letting the public speak. However, one man, Mr. Landis, attempted to ask a couple of questions, which was not taken very well.
Who's invited into executive session?
We've already discussed that.
I
said the names.
One father told me that he has never seen an elderly person be treated with such blatant disrespect. After about 2 hours, the board called everyone back into the meeting just to adjourn it. That's when we asked Superintendent Brad Ritchie if there was anything that he wanted to say to the public, and he said he cannot comment on pending litigation. Now, as of right now, we do know that he remains employed here in the Milton Union School District. Back to you.
Just 2 weeks remain in the regular season, and tonight our Thursday Night Lights crew heads to Stebbins to see the Indians take on the Tippecanoe Red Devils. A crossover game in the Miami Valley League, and both teams with a chance to win their respective divisions. The Red Devils enter this game tied for the Miami division lead with Troy and Butler. After losing week 1 to Bellbrook, Tip has won 6 of 7, and the offense has put up over 40 points in their last 2 games. Entering week 9, the Red Devils are focused on making another long run in the Division III playoffs. Stebbins is also pushing for the playoffs, but in Division II, a win tonight could go a long way in trying to reach the postseason. The Indians are tied with Sydney for the lead in the Valley Division. After falling to Troy last week, Stebbins hopes to get over 500 as they enter the last week of the regular season. TNL kicks off tonight at 7 on MyTV Dayton. That's over the air channel 22.3 and Spectrum channel 24. It's also on our Facebook page. Later on this morning, Tage will be live from Stebbins High School to preview tonight's matchup.
Our time right now is 6:09. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
A new mural remembering the past in minutes. The creative painting downtown that's now inspiring new technology for a bright future.
You're watching Your Day.
Time to do some weather here where we are waking up to a couple of showers, mainly across the northwestern part of our area. So Salina, Wapakoneta, but look at down towards Greenville, actually picking up heavy showers. So that has just popped up here in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. Meanwhile, if you expand the view out to the west, there's not a whole lot behind this. So optimistically, especially if you're a fan of warm, sunny days, we should be able to clear out and then from there get well into the 70s. And normally I'd be like, yes, but unfortunately, it's only going to be one and a half days of this because, frankly, by tomorrow night, I think our attention is going to turn to the cold front, which will arrive overnight. And with it, we are going to see not only a cooler day on Saturday, but also the potential for a wet weekend as well. The on-again, off-again showers likely during the day on Saturday, and then perhaps maybe even a few on Sunday, although that becomes a lot more chancy in nature. As for this morning, if you are going to be driving, so far it's been so quiet across the interstates.
Our time right now is 6:13. Today in Grant Me Hope, we introduce you to a 14-year-old who likes basketball and loves to laugh. Just ahead, his plans for high school and what he's looking for in a family.
You're watching Your Day. At any given time, there are more than 600 children in foster care here in Montgomery County. The goal is always to reunite those children with their families, but the sad truth is some of those kids can never go back home, and now they're up for adoption.
Dayton 24/7 Now's teamed up with Grant Me Hope to help, and this morning we want to introduce you to Brooklyn, who's right now looking for a family.
My name is Brooklyn, I'm 14 and I'm in the 9th grade. My friend would describe me as annoying, not gonna lie. Humorous, energetic, funny, happy. I'm always happy. I like talking to people. I like basketball. I like to shoot. When the season starts this year, I'm gonna try out for it. I would play football on a team, never had the chance. I can throw pretty far and I can catch good. I like gym. Health is okay. Cool to learn about like nutrition and protein and how to keep myself healthy and stuff. Every day I'll do like a 10-minute workout in the morning, and then maybe sometimes at night I'll do like a 5-minute one before bed. I like Snapchat. I'll snap my friends a lot, take a bunch of pictures. We like to look at each other's like shopping carts on Amazon and stuff just to see, be like, would you wear this? I love shoes. Shoes, oh my God, that's my main thing. That's the best thing someone could do is give me a new pair of shoes. Maybe I have clothes to match with it. These go best with the jeans. So I just decided to do that today. I like hoodies too. I wanted to be a pro basketball player. That would be a goal in life, but if that wouldn't happen, I'd like to join the Navy like my cousin did. I'm trying to get my 9th and 10th grade year, like really good grades, good behaviors, so then I could go to like CTC for 11th and 12th grade, so then I can do like construction or stuff like that, so maybe I can have a backup if one of my plans doesn't work. I want to be able to like keep contact with my family. I'll text like my siblings and stuff like that. I'll FaceTime friends, my siblings, really close to my sisters. What a forever family is to me is like a 24-hour person where they're there for you whenever you need it, and they're not backing down just because stuff is getting too hard, and even when they're having bad times, they're still there supporting you. Whatever you need, whenever you need it, they're there.
You can find out more about Brooklyn and other children who are up for adoption right now on Dayton247now.com.
Every week we're going to feature another child on our Dayton 24/7 Now's Grant Me Hope profiles.
Good morning. We are waking up to a couple scattered showers right now over Darke County. A couple as well up towards Salina area, and just beginning to move into the far northern parts of Logan County. So Bellefontaine, you're up next, as well as Sydney. You're probably not too far away as well. No matter where you are, north, south, east, west, it is much warmer by about 10 to 15 degrees and even 16 degrees now. So we are talking about temperatures back into the 50s. Only a couple of us have actually dipped into the 40s, and it seems to be the spot where we don't have quite the warm air, but also did clear out some of the clouds in Dayton. This is the view right now over Dayton. Still waiting on that sun to rise, and once it does, we should be on our way to a really nice day, to be honest with you. 77 degrees, much warmer as well. I mean, yesterday was 69, so wasn't too bad. In fact, yesterday I opened up the windows because, frankly, I was just enjoying that little bit of warmth that was in the air. Tonight, meanwhile, 50 degrees, and tomorrow should be also in the 70s. We're pointing out, though, tomorrow night, going to have that cold front coming through, and beyond that, it turns cooler and with some showers, and those showers will continue from Sunday through Tuesday. Meanwhile, on the roads this morning, you know, so far it's been a quiet morning commute. We really don't have any issues to report, just the usual slowdowns on 75 as you head north, basically from Dixie up towards Carillon, and 35, just that usual area where there is that little bit more of construction.
Topping this morning's Dayton Business Journal headlines, a new mural with a scientific twist is taking on life in one of downtown Dayton's largest office towers. The theme is imagination, inspiration, and innovation for a new technology-inspired mural inside Detached Tower. The mural features famous tech inventors from around the world and their invention, like Thomas Edison and the light bulb. CEO Chris Regal said a tech-inspired mural was just what he had in mind, since the software company is known for its digital signage. To read more about this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com. Just click on the news tab and then select Dayton Business Journal.
Our time right now is 6:21. No socks and chalk Crocs in just a minute. The fancy footwear perfect for Halloween, and where you can find them just in time for the holiday.
You're watching Your Day.
We're going to give you a live look from Tel Aviv, Israel in just a matter of minutes. You can see podium set up right there. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be holding a joint news conference. This comes as Israel attempts to topple Hamas in Gaza. Right now, the terrorist group has about 100 hostages, including U.S. citizens. We will monitor this for you and bring you updates as it happens live. And we will continue to bring you updates from the Breaking News Center all morning long. To get breaking news push alerts sent directly to your phone, download the Dayton 24/7 Now app in Google Play and Apple App Stores.
Time for Pet of the Day here on your day where we've got a good one. We have our friend Lucy here. Lucy was sent in by Ashley. Lucy obviously looking pretty good here. And I did get a note from Ashley here, who says that Lucy enjoys chasing cats and arguing with humans. And boy, I think that is pretty much my dog in a nutshell. She argues with me, she chases cats and squirrels, and then looks around and goes, all right, well, I've done my stuff, and then falls asleep. Temperatures today, mid to upper 70s. Great day for getting outside and maybe not necessarily chasing cats, but also getting outside, maybe playing fetch or just hanging out there by yourself, because it is going to be a gorgeous one across the area. If you are traveling this morning, I haven't seen any tie-ups or issues. 70, 75 looking good, and just about everywhere green across the board except for your usual slower spots.
Halloween is right around the corner, and now some fancy footwear for trick-or-treat. Crocs has unveiled a new candy collaboration. The casual shoe company has teamed up with Hershey's and for a pair of clogs based on the Reese's peanut butter and the classic Hershey's chocolate bar. The Reese's version is a vibrant orange, while the Hershey's version is solid brown. They are available online at either crocs.com or footlocker.com, but you better act fast because they are limited edition. The Reese's clog will cost you $55, while the Hershey's clogs are $65.
Well, there's little things called gibbets. Is that what they're?
I don't know. I call them charms.
Giblets.
Giblets. That sounds right.
Gibbets. I think it's gibbets. Are there any croc aficionados out there that can help us out here?
Max.
Max.
Where's
yeah.
Max at? Like.
Okay, they are gibbets.
Okay,
They are?
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm not a Crocs person at all, but those aren't the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Like, yeah.
I know a lot of people who love them.
No, actually, I just found the worst thing on earth. You can actually buy snowplow attachments for your Crocs.
My mom bought my husband flashlights to put on the end of it.
Yeah, you can add little snowplows on the end of your Crocs, so you can when you're walking.
That's gonna do a lot of damage.
Plowing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shuffle.
So you can do flashlights and snowplows on your Crocs.
Too bad they're filled with holes.
That's a good point. Not going to work for winter. No, well. Our time right now, 6:27, still to come.
There will be a lot of political ads leading up to the election. We're going to explain what you need to know about them coming up next.
But first, here's Genevieve Porter with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You guys, what are two things you lose the most? It's your keys and it's your phone. And it's so frustrating. I know this because I spend hours every day looking for these items. So listen up. You don't want to miss this buy one, get one exclusive deal on the Key Smart Pro. Now, the Key Smart Pro organizes up to 14 keys in one little device. Literally every guy on the set has one in his pocket right now. And as we were setting up this display, people were actually trying to take them. So my advice is buy this now for everyone you love because they're not going to last. It takes all those keys in the drawer, the bottom of your purse, and puts them right into one little thing, and it connects to a free app. So if you lose your keys, you press the button on the app. You lose your phone, you press the button on the keychain. Even if your phone is on silent, you can find it. It's a win-win. They find each other, guys. You know how many hours this saves us? For me, like probably 6 hours a day. I bet you have someone in your life that needs one of these. My family literally impersonates me by putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying, "Where's my phone? Where's my keys?" And now with this buy one, get one free deal, it's the perfect time to get one for you, someone you love in all of these great colors. Remember, this is a buy one, get one free. Do not wait. Go to ASA
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 stories to get your day started. Taylor Swift is adding showtimes for her Eras Tour concert movie. You can now watch the film starting today, a day earlier than scheduled. There will be even more showtimes over the weekend. Tickets go on sale at 10 this morning.
I think 2023 has been the year of Taylor Swift.
Oh, it has definitely. It is
like
her era.
It has been a lot of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And honestly, before all of this stuff, I really didn't care much for her.
Same.
But I kind of like her now.
She's cool.
She's grown on me.
Yeah, she's cool.
Now
I still don't listen to her music,
now she's
but
with my boy Trav. Like, yeah. Just kidding. Just in time for the holidays, Popeye's bringing back its Cajun-style turkey dinner. It comes pre-cooked and feeds 8 to 12 people. The bird costs $99. And you can have it delivered, sides not included. Now, come on, add some sides
I think,
for $100.
yeah, I was gonna say, the sides should be included.
That's a bird's not that expensive.
biscuits.
I mean, you can buy a turkey for like $20.
Yeah.
I don't know. The sides are the best part on Thanksgiving.
Cajun's a great idea, though.
I smoked my turkey last year. It was great. Yeah, I might do it again this year. We'll see.
You need to teach Keith some things.
Yeah, we'll get him a smoker.
Yeah. NASA says it found more carbon than expected in an abundance of water in a 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid sample. The agency says this could mean the building blocks for life on Earth might be locked in these rocks.
In this dry, rockish stuff. There's life in there, sure.
I don't
know.
understand science.
We'll be dead by the time they figure this out.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Milton Union parents left out in the cold during last night's board meeting. They want answers after a lawsuit claims the school district did nothing to stop alleged sexual abuse at the school.
Lydia Bice was at last night's meeting and spoke with people who say they don't trust the board.
We was invited into executive session.
We've already discussed that. I said the names.
Tempers flaring at tonight's Milton Union School Board meeting after members decided to go into executive session almost immediately.
I can't hear what you're saying.
And the
Do
board,
you mind standing up so I can hear you?
I'm fine sitting down. Thank you, Mr. Landis. This is a properly called special meeting of the Board of Education. There is no legal requirement that there be an agenda.
And now, community members left outraged after how one older community member was spoken to.
I think the first thing that they need to do to regain the trust of the community is speak respectfully to the community when we are interacting with them. I was pretty appalled by the way that the lawyer spoke to us.
Parents are also upset that yet another night has passed without any answers on Superintendent Brad Ritchie's state of employment. This coming just days after a lawsuit was filed against the district and Ritchie, accusing him of not reporting suspected sexual abuse.
Whether there was any evidence, whether there was any proof, you don't need it. All you need is a sliver of suspicion. That's all you need as a mandated reporter, and then it's your duty to make sure that you're taking care of these kids.
This is body cam video of former custodian Jerry North being arrested in May on rape charges. Police say he raped a 7-year-old child on school property. The child's parents say they expressed concerns about North to school officials and Superintendent Ritchie, but it was never reported to authorities or investigated. While the public wasn't able to speak to the board yet again tonight, they may have that chance on Monday.
I think that the most important thing for parents who are part of this community right now to know is that there is a Board of Education meeting on Monday, that we will be given an opportunity to speak, that we will be given an opportunity to be given a voice.
After the meeting, we asked Superintendent Brad Ritchie if he had anything to say to the public. He says he cannot comment due to pending litigation.
Today, we're set to learn how effective seatbelts are in school buses. The superintendent for Avon Lake City Schools is testifying in front of the Ohio School Bus Safety Working Group. Joelle Magwar is presenting the results of the district's pilot program on seatbelts in buses. Governor Mike DeWine started the task force after a fatal school bus crash in Clark County. The meeting's set to start at 1.
We are waking up to temperatures significantly warmer than this time 24 hours ago. The showers you see are mainly across the north. They have not exactly moved their way further to the south. Let's actually go ahead and show you a couple of these just for context. Again, if you're up around Troy area, you're likely to see them. Sydney could also see some lighter rain, as well as Wapakoneta. But again, Dayton itself, further south. Thanks, Nathan. Trying to do my job here. Oh, man. Let's go to social media. Oh, boy. Things that happen behind the scenes here. Shenanigans. As for this morning's commute, it is a quiet morning commute, and we haven't seen any problems out on the road, so good news there. Now you can talk.
If I can. In the weeks before the election, hundreds of political ads play across every TV in the Buckeye State.
But experts warn not to rely on them when you head to the polls. Melina Brown joins us live with more.
Chances are you'll be seeing a lot more political ads now that early and absentee voting is underway here in Ohio, but sometimes these ads can lead to more confusion for some voters. Experts tell me that these ads can be extremely misleading because they contain opinions. Those funding the ads want to send a message to make you vote a specific way. Of course, you can go online and read the official language before filling out your ballot, but there are other resources to help you better understand what you're voting for.
I would also go to organizations that are specifically out there to help you understand the ballot measures without being biased one way or the other.
Mark Clausen with Cedarville University says there are nonpartisan organizations you can reach out to. That includes the League of Women Voters. The group is hosting several Meet the Candidate forums, including one tonight at the Wright Memorial Public Library. Again, Election Day is November 7th, which is just a few weeks away. So if you're still wanting to learn more about the proposed constitutional amendments or about the candidates, you can find information on our website, Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
We're following breaking news this morning. Here's a live look from Tel Aviv, Israel. Any moment now, we're expecting to see Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu take the stands to hold a joint news conference. This comes as Israel attempts to topple Hamas in Gaza. Right now, the terrorist group has about 100 hostages, including some U.S. citizens. We will monitor this for you and bring you it live as it happens.
Our time right now is 6:39. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Trick or treat, Halloween is fast approaching. Today in Stretching Your Dollar, Elise Coulter has some tips on how you can save for the holiday.
You're watching Your Day.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
The sky often produces pretty pictures when water droplets scatter sunlight into rainbows. Here, nature hangs its paintings up high in Sedona, Arizona. Other times, lower to the ground, like this rainbow in Washougal, Washington. And fall colors continue to dazzle with bright brilliance. In other places, they cloak the hills in rusty-hued, thick, leafy patches.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Instagram.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio, where it is definitely a lot warmer than yesterday. Still some chill in the air. I mean, it is not exactly the pinnacle of warmth outside right now, but we do have temperatures either side of 50 degrees. It is warmer than yesterday by at least 10 to 15 degrees. So unlike yesterday where I was out here and I had the jacket, or I didn't have the jacket, and I was frankly pretty cold this morning. A little chill, but I'm also okay. Now, I want to point out we are warmer because we did have some rain moving through the area. Troy right now, Sydney, Wapakoneta, all seeing showers. In fact, some of the heavier showers actually right now over Troy. So if you are traveling north on 75 this morning, you want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit of extra time. There can be some wet roads and maybe even locally reduced visibility. South of Dayton, that chance of rain remains quite low. I really don't see it being a problem other than this one passing shower. Once that goes, I think we're all going to clear up, and then from there, we're all going to get quite warm.
Trick or treat, we're just a little more than 2 weeks away from Halloween.
Ellie Sculptor breaks down some of the ways that you can save.
It might be spooky season, but that doesn't mean you have to be scared of what you're going to spend on Halloween candy or costumes. So here are some ways you can slash your spending but still celebrate Halloween to the fullest. First, let's get creative with the costumes, right? It's easy to spend $50 or more on a Halloween costume from the store, but instead of buying one off the rack, make your own. For example, give a nod to the throwback ghost costume by using that white sheet and cutting holes for eyes. Yeah, I know, very retro. And then pull out your brightest pink outfit and go for that Barbie theme. It's all the rage this season. And if you're making your own costume and it feels a little too overwhelming for you, then try costume swapping with a friend to change it up without having to spend money. And if you're on the hunt for affordable Halloween themed decorations, visit your local thrift store. You could score big and spend pennies on the dollar for things you'll still find in stores. Also compare prices of Halloween candy at different stores. Chocolate candy, well, it always seems to be the priciest, and grocery stores and convenience stores also cost more. Check your local dollar store. Finally, shop last minute. Waiting to decorate your haunting halls until the last second could actually end up saving you a few extra bucks. Guys, back to you.
And we want to know how you're stretching your dollar. Grab your phone and scan the QR code.
Chime in a picture or video and share your money saving tips. You may see them featured right here on Your Day.
Our time right now is 6:46. Looking live at the Gym City thanks to SkyCam. Week number 9 for high school football starts tonight. Just add Nick has the forecast for Thursday Night Lights.
You're watching Your Day. We want to give you another live look from Tel Aviv, Israel, in just a matter of minutes, any moment now, really. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be speaking. This comes as Israel attempts to topple Hamas in Gaza. Right now, the terrorist group has about 100 hostages, including U.S. citizens. We'll continue to monitor this for you and, of course, bring you updates as soon as they take the stand.
Here's what we're looking at. Scattered showers across Troy area and actually some decent rainfall now beginning to fall as well. This right along 75. So if you are traveling through Miami County up into Shelby County and maybe, just maybe, the far southern parts of perhaps Montgomery County, we can pick up a shower. Big other storyline we're following, a warmer air mass in place, not only warmer during the morning, but also during the daytime. And you can actually start to see the clouds as we're starting to get closer and closer to daytime here in the Dayton area. Temperatures mid to upper 70s for today and also for tomorrow. Tomorrow, all intents and purposes, temperature-wise, almost a stamp day. What I mean by that is it's the same temperature forecast within maybe a degree or two, but big changes happen on Saturday. Showers, that's first thing. We will get rain late Friday, probably more of an overnight rain event than anything else, but that'll continue into Saturday morning. Saturday, on again, off again showers. Will likely be some periods of drier weather, but not necessarily the type of day where I'd plan on being outside the entire day. As for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, still think low-end chance of rain.
Our time right now is 6:52. The Buckeyes trying to stay perfect on the road at 7 on your day. Matt Digby previews this weekend's matchup at Purdue.
In the weeks before the election, hundreds of political ads will play across every TV in the Buckeye State.
But experts warn not to rely on them as you head out to the polls. Melina Brown joins us live this morning with more. Melina.
Many of you at home have probably seen political ads either on your TV or online in the lead up to next month's election. These ads claim to say where they stand on certain issues, but experts tell me these claims don't necessarily have to be factual. Now, I spoke with a professor. Mark Clausen tells me ads on proposed constitutional amendments include a lot of opinion, not necessarily facts. That's because each side wants you to vote a specific way. He tells me it's not against the law for a group to state their own opinion, but can lead to misleading advertisements. So before you head to the polls, it's really important to rely on your own research and rather than what people are telling you. Now, you can do this by, going to the Secretary of State's website. You can read the ballot language right on their own website. We do have that information for you on our own website, Dayton247now.com. And if you're still wanting to learn more, you still need someone to kind of explain it more. We're going to explain where you can go for that coming up next.
It makes sure that in case you get sick, something happens on election day and you can't go vote. So this puts your vote in the bank. It's done.
Governor Mike DeWine is encouraging people to vote early ahead of November's general election. The governor and First Lady cast their votes in Greene County yesterday. Early voting is underway until November 5th. You can also request an absentee ballot right now. To see your sample ballot or to learn where you can vote early, scan the QR code on your screen right now. It'll take you to our Dayton 24/7 Now app. You can also find it for free in your device's app store.
Milton Union Superintendent Brad Ritchie giving us no comment on a lawsuit claiming the district did nothing to stop alleged sexual abuse at the school. Parents tell us they feel disrespected after not getting answers at last night's meeting. Lydia Bias was at that meeting where tensions were high.
There was definitely tension in the air during its Board of Education's special meeting as the board immediately went into executive session without letting the public speak. However, one man, Mr. Landis, attempted to ask a couple of questions, which was not taken very well.
Who's invited into executive session?
We've already discussed that.
I said the names.
One father told me that he has never seen an elderly person be treated with such blatant disrespect. After about 2 hours, the board called everyone back into the meeting just to adjourn it. That's when we asked Superintendent Brad Ritchie if there was anything that he wanted to say to the public, and he said he could not comment on pending litigation. Now, as of right now, we do know that he remains employed here in the Milton Union School District. Back to you.
Just 2 weeks remain in the regular season, and tonight our Thursday Night Lights crew heads to Stebbins to see the Indians take on the Tippecanoe Red Devils, a crossover game in the Miami Valley League, and both teams with a chance to win their respective divisions. The Red Devils enter this game tied for the Miami Division lead with Troy and Butler. After losing week 1 to Bellbrook, the Tip has won 6 of 7, and the offense has put up over 40 points in their last 2 games. Entering week 9, the Red Devils are focused on making another long run in the Division III playoffs. Stebbins is also pushing for the playoffs, but in Division II, a win tonight would go a long way in trying to reach the postseason. The Indians are tied with Sydney for the lead in the Valley Division. After falling to Troy last week, Stebbins hopes to get